Okay, first of all, I would like to say thank you for the time that has given to Group 5. In this presentation, we will discuss about passive form. But before that, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Komang Tria Prismayanti.
And my name is Shalihatmo Hamonggomo.
Okay, in this presentation, we have three main topics. They are passive form. The second one is verbs used to and verbs have something done. And the third one is verbs confused with passive form. Okay, so the first material is passive form. Passive form is when the subject receives the action of the verb. These are the main patterns of passive form. The positive sentence is subject plus auxiliary verb plus verb 3 plus by plus object. So the example is English is spoken by students. So English is the subject, is the one of the auxiliary verb, and spoken is verb 3 plus by and student as the object. So the negative sentence patterns is subject plus auxiliary verb plus not plus verb 3 plus by plus object. So from the first example, it can be English is not spoken by students. So we have just add not between is and spoken. So the third patterns is the interrogative sentence, that is auxiliary verb, subject, plus verb 3 plus by plus object plus question mark. So from the sentence, we can conclude that the form of the sentence will be, is English students spoken by students? Okay, so in the passive form, we have three notes, main notes. They are passive form always uses verb 3, whether it's present continuous, simple past, simple future, or whatever it is, it always uses verb 3. The second one is when we want to change the form from the active to the passive, we need to match the active form. If the active form is from simple present tense, so we have to change the passive form into passive form of simple present tense. And the last one is the use of by object is optional. So if you see a passive form without by object, it is not false. It is just optional. Okay, so we have 16 tenses, types of tenses in here. So the simple present patterns of active form is subject plus do or does plus verb 1 plus object. So the passive one is subject plus am or is or are plus verb 3 plus by plus object. So the second one is present continuous. The active form is subject plus am plus is plus are plus verb ing plus object. And the passive form is subject plus am plus or is or are plus being plus verb 3 plus by plus object. Present perfect, subject plus have or has plus verb 3 plus object. And the passive form is subject plus have or has plus been plus verb 3 plus by plus object. The present continuous, the present perfect continuous, the active form is subject plus have or has plus been plus verb ing and plus subject. And the passive form of present perfect continuous is subject plus have plus has plus been plus being plus verb 3 plus by plus subject. The second one is simple past tense patterns. The first one is simple past tense. The active patterns of simple past tense is subject plus verb 2 plus object. The passive form of simple past is subject plus was or were plus verb 3 plus by plus subject. The past continuous, the active form is subject plus was or were plus verb ing plus object. And the passive form is subject plus was or were plus being plus verb 3 plus by plus subject. The past perfect active form is subject plus had plus verb 3 plus object. And the passive form is subject plus had plus been plus verb 3 plus by plus object. And the last one is past perfect continuous. The active form is subject, had plus been plus verb ing plus object. The passive form is subject plus had plus been plus being plus verb 3 plus by plus subject. Okay, so the next material will be explained by Sally.
Okay, passive form patterns. Simple future, active, subject plus will plus or shall plus verb 1 plus object. And passive is subject plus will plus shall plus be plus verb 3 plus by plus object. And future continuous is for active is subject will or shall plus be plus verb ing plus object. And passive subject plus will or shall plus be plus being plus verb 3 and plus by plus object. Future perfect active subject plus will or shall plus have plus verb 3 plus object. And a passive subject plus will plus shall or plus have plus been plus verb 3 plus object. And future perfect continuous is active subject plus will or shall plus have plus been plus verb ing plus object. And a passive subject plus will or shall plus have plus been plus being plus verb 3 plus by plus object. And the next, passive patterns, passive form patterns. Simple past future, active. Subject plus would or should plus verb 1 plus object. And a passive subject plus would or should plus be plus verb 3 plus by plus object. Past future continuous, active. Subject would or should plus be plus verb ing plus object. And a passive subject plus would or should plus be plus being plus verb 3 plus by plus object. And passive past future perfect active subject plus would or should plus have plus verb 3 plus object. And a passive is subject plus would or should plus have plus been plus verb 3 plus by plus object. And past future perfect continuous active is subject plus would or should plus have plus been plus verb ing and plus object. And a passive is subject plus would plus should plus have been plus being plus verb 3 plus by plus object. And next, passive form patterns, modals or present. Active is subject plus may or can or must plus verb 1 plus object. And a passive is subject plus may or can or must N plus B plus verb 3 plus by plus object. Modals past subject. Modal past active is subject, might, or could, or had to plus verb 1 plus object. And a passive is subject plus might, or could, or had to plus be plus verb 3 plus by plus object. And infinitive active is subject plus has to or have to plus have plus verb 1 and plus object. And a passive is subject plus has to or have to plus be plus verb 2 plus by plus object. And going to active is subject plus am plus I or is or are plus going to plus verb 1 plus object. And a passive is subject plus am or is or are plus going to plus be plus verb 3 plus by plus object. And next, the functions. One is avoid misunderstandings in the communication process. To demonstrates a natural and objective tone. And a 3, emphasizing an on a point for appropriate when the actors are unimportant, unclear, or unknown. Next, verbs used to.
Okay, I will explain verbs used to. Verb used to is used to refer to past habits or circumstances. In such cases, used to can be replaced with past simple without any difference in meaning. Verb used to also used to express a past event or truth that is no longer being done today. Verb used to patterns. The positive sentence patterns is subject plus used to plus infinitive verb. The example is, they used to have 3 cats. They is the subject. Used to have is the infinitive verb, one of the infinitive verb. And 3 cats is the object. Negative sentence of used to is subject plus did not plus used to plus infinitive verb. So from the sentence before, it will be they did not used to have 3 cats. And the last one is interrogative sentence. The patterns is did subject used to plus infinitive verb. So from the example, we can change the patterns into did they used to have 3 cats? Verb used to we can change verb used to from active to passive. So the active patterns is subject plus used to plus verb 1 plus object. The passive form of the used to is subject plus used to plus be plus verb 3 plus by plus object. Remember, every tense, every kind of tenses, every kind of passive form always uses verb 3. The example of the active and passive verb used to is she used to write songs. That is the active form. So if we want to change to passive form, we have to change the subject into the object and the object into the subject. like this. The songs used to be written by her. Write is the verb 1 and written is the verb 3. Remember to change the verb here. Okay, the next material will be explained by Sally.
Okay, verbs have something done. Next. Verbs have something done. The use of have something done in a passive voice is to talk about an action without saying who did it. Next. Verb have something done patterns. Simple present, active, subject plus verb 1 plus object. Passive is subject plus have or had plus object plus verb 3. The example is active. Is someone cut my hair? Passive is I had my hair cut. The patterns depends on tense used in the text. Verbs confused in passive form. Passive voice always use verb 3 in all different the types of tense. Pay attention to the regular verbs and irregular verbs. Example, in a correct is the song was sung by Jason. The cake was baked by Julian. The correct is the song was sung by Jason. And the cake was baked by Julian. Next. Okay, there is a quizzes in this video, in this link. You can learn. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Sally. Okay, that's all about our discussion on passive form. We're sorry if we did mistakes, and we will end this presentation by saying thank you and have a nice day, everyone.